something to hurt him in any way, shape, or
There's a
form.
lot of background noise in the back. Can you
Okay.
hear?
Yeah, he turned his
All right,
anger
welcome
and
guys.
disappointment
Tonight's
in the life
training is a
situation onto
mindset
us.
Almost got
training.
finished.
And this
system works
particular
exactly
training is
like
just a
it
little
should.
miniature
We
micro
prevent it.
version of some things that I've learned in my own mindset coaching. My message tonight is all about happiness. So if you guys have a paper and pencil, I'm going to ask you guys to do some work with me to be able to get you guys on a path of a mindset shift when it comes to happiness. So what I want to show you guys is, here's my little graphic. So here is you guys, here is me, here's everybody. And over here is happiness. And what I want to ask you guys can put this in the chat too for right now, today, if you want to do that. Here is our block to happiness. Put in the chat, who blocks your happiness right now? Is it a person? Is it a place? Is it a thing? What is stopping you from feeling this over here? And then I will quickly address those issues. But this is me. Something was blocking me to be able to have happiness. What was blocking me was a person. Also, what was blocking me was a limited belief that I didn't even know that I had at the time. So go ahead, if you want to, in the chat, you can put person. I can just put person, just person in the chat. Mine was also person. Mine was a limited belief. Does anybody have anybody that they want to put in the chat? And I can go ahead and I can address that. And because I want to let you guys know, there might be a couple of, ding ding moments for you tonight. But when it comes to a person, let's say my ex-husband, he tormented me for years. So when I was unhappy and I was miserable because of him, I was not happy. And what I want to teach you guys tonight is that my happiness actually was not dependent upon him. I'm able to X over him and come to this level of happiness because being stuck is just a feeling. We can all overcome those feelings, and we can all, here's something that was a really big ding ding moment for me. You don't need a reason to be happy, but there's always a reason why you're unhappy. Have you ever met somebody in life where they just always seemed like they had a secret sauce to being happy, even if they were going through something really bad? Like they're going through something really horrible, but yet they have some kind of level of happiness. Raise your hand if you've ever met a person like that, because I just wanted to slap them silly. I'm like, how can you be so happy? I mean, I was going through a divorce. I was going through a custody trial. I certainly was not a happy person. I was miserable because it was costing me money. It was doing this to me. It was doing that to me. And not until I started working on mindset that I realized it was just the definition that I gave to him that made me unhappy. I attached a definition of looking at him makes me happy. I had to change my definition of him and look at it as, what was that there to show me about me? What was it there to show me about him? What was it there to show me to put me on a different path? And he gave me, looking back, just talking about the person, he gave me so many gifts that I would have never said he gave me 8 years ago, 10 years ago. And I'm just like, he didn't give me diddly squat, but now I can say he gave me the gift of observation. He gave me the gift of being detail oriented, to know what to look for in relationships, what to run from. He gave me the gift of knowing what red flags were. So he gave me a ton of gifts. He gave me the ability to have perception. He gave me the ability to be able to look beyond the immediate, to be able to find my happiness. And now, 8 years later, and where I've come in the last few months, is the fact that now he knows that he can't trigger me because I don't give him that power anymore. And what I've done is I've looked through him, hopped over to still being happy no matter what he does to me. Now, that does not mean that we accept bad behavior. It just means that we don't give attention to it. All we do is we see it for what it is, and we just look past it, and we grow from it, from the experience. So in our business, You know what some of the roadblocks are for people being unhappy in our business? Go ahead, put in the chat. What do you think of some of the things in our business that are making people unhappy? If you have a work, negative, miserable people. Time. Yes, time is a barrier for people being unhappy in their business. The other thing that I just saw today was attitude. I went to somebody's live today and their attitude was really off. And she even said, I'm not going to talk about the products anymore. I'm just going to talk about my life. I'm like, okay, that's your choice, but I don't know how far you're going to get without knowing that people aren't going to know you can help them. You know, that's the whole point of what we do, is to solve a problem in somebody's life. So we have that. Another barrier to people's happiness in our community could be lack of engagement in videos. It could be lack of leads in the funnel. It could be lack of customers that are preventing people from attaining happiness. And the point is, before you see the results of the leads, of the customers, of the engagement, of the views of your videos getting higher, you have to already be happy. Once you are already in the energy of happy, you will walk around this planet in a different frequency and a different vibration. And that is what is going to attract your customers, your leads, your sales, your engagement. I can promise you that, because I've been doing this since the end of November. I was crickets for a long time. And I thought, I can do this. I don't know what is missing here. You know, I do my 3 videos a day. I'm doing my copy pasting and posting ads. I'm in the community. I'm engaging. I'm doing the training. I'm doing all the things that we do. I did not realize that I had, you know, what Brian put, a limited belief. I had a limited belief around money and I didn't even know it. Once I uncovered that limiting belief through mindset coaching, where I realized that there was a part of me that didn't believe I deserved to make money. Like, I had a salary at a teaching job, but that wasn't like, you know, that was guaranteed. That was something that was going to be predictable every other week. This is a totally different ballgame. And I didn't believe, number one, that people would care about what I had to say. I didn't have an internet following. I didn't have huge tech skills. And I was like, so when I would hit that record button to record videos, that vibration was coming through the videos. And I didn't even know it. It's so subconscious that I thought, well, of course I deserve money. That's what we initially say up front. Of course I deserve money. But when it came right down to it, I was like, then there's a block of a money abundance that said, my family was poor. My family didn't have any money. What makes me think that I'm going to be any different? And that subconscious limiting belief will follow you around. And I don't want that to follow you guys around. I want you guys to live in the energy and the frequency of abundance. So what I want you to do, I'm going to show you something here on my board. So what we're going to do is we are going to work on being in a happy energy or vibration. So here's the key. All these little things. If you can see my board, all these little X's. All of these little X's are things that make you happy. And what this is going to do, it's going to translate over time. It's going to compound and it's going to turn into big X's. So for example, I am going to literally give you guys the next 5 minutes. I'm going to set a timer. The next 5 minutes, I want you to write down things such as this. What is your favorite color? Your favorite place? Favorite movie? Favorite person? Start there. Start there. I know that's backwards for you guys. Start there. What is your favorite person, your favorite color, your favorite place, and your favorite movie? Start there. Write those down on your paper. And I am going to set a timer for 5 minutes. And then I'm going to stop you guys. And then we're going to talk about those things that you wrote on your board. So go ahead. You can start now. just think about your everyday life. Think about when you wake up, by the time you go to bed, what is it in life that makes you happy? And I do apologize, my voice is going because of my lives. So what is it that makes some of those things, like your favorite
What's up?
color? My favorite color is sea glass green.
It's nice out. It's nice
And you
out.
can expand outside of those
All right.
things. And what I want you to do as you're thinking about this, I want you to think about the most minute details of your life. For example, it was finally 62 degrees to get today in Pennsylvania. I went out and took a walk this afternoon. What made me happy was the bright sunshine. The nice warm sun finally, after so much cold weather and so much snow, just the sun. Another thing that would, for an example, what would bring me happiness is being able to work with my customers. Something seemingly so small. You know, even this, guys, even my little bell, my little colorful little bell that I got because I said just something small like that. So just take the time, just continue to write down everything that you can think about in your life that might just put a little bit of a grin on your face, a little bit of a smile on your face. You guys have like less than 3 minutes left. And then we're going to talk about those things. One of the things I have on my list is my cat purring. Something as small as that. Whenever he comes out, whenever I come out of my office, my cat is purring, and I love to hear the sound of my cat purring. Another one of the things on my list are butterflies. I love seeing butterflies. Another thing on my list are ladybugs. I used to catch them, or I mean fireflies. I used to catch them when I was a little kid. So now in the summertime, when I see fireflies, I'm like, oh, there's fireflies. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to talk about that. You guys have less than 2 minutes, but write as many things down as you can think of.
Wait. Let's see. Snap.
You guys have 1 minute left.
Have a good night.
Okay, go ahead and stop. Now, if you're able to, go ahead and put some of the things in the chat that you put on your paper. So we can see what, how different everybody's items are that might bring us some happiness. If you can't, then I'll open up the chat. You can unmute yourself and let us know, whichever one works better for you. If it's easier for you just to talk about it, that's fine. If you'd rather put it in the chat. So I'm gonna share, you guys can't see this because it's backwards. Guys, this is my happy list. That's how big my happy list. I did not realize how many things, no matter how small, make me happy. And then we're gonna talk about what you're gonna do with the list. So who wants to either put in the chat or who wants to unmute and let me know something that's on their happy list? Who wants to be the first one to go? The first one's always the toughest. Or do I need to call on somebody? Blythe, should I call on
You want me to
you?
go?
Jamie, should I call on you?
Yeah, I'll go. All right, so let's see. My favorite color is silver. One of my favorite
Jody, what's on
movies.
your list? We're gonna have somebody talk about what's on their list. Brian, Mona, somebody has to tell me what's on their list. You guys can hear me, right? Can you guys hear me? Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. Okay, Blythe, what's one thing on your list?
Hello?
People happy.
You have to unmute yourself, buddy.
I do.
Am I on mute or no? Can anybody hear me?
Yeah,
Hello?
I can hear you.
Hi, how's it going?
Hey, Brian.
Okay, I'll go first. My favorite color
I
is
don't see a way
blue.
that I can unmute you on my end. Let me see. It looks like you're unmuted on my end.
Happy people.
Okay, let me try. Is Douglas here? Douglas was here. Brian, it looks like you're unmuted, right?
Yes.
What's one thing on your list, Brian?
Favorite color is blue. Then
Or
favorite
maybe I'm
color-
just not hearing anybody on my end. I am not sure.
I'll chat.
There we go. I heard somebody. Was that Brian?
Yeah.
Okay, Brian, what's one thing on your list, buddy?
Favorite color is blue.
Blue, awesome. Okay, so here's what I want you guys to understand is that blue itself is not what makes him happy. It's the feeling attached to that color that makes him happy. For example, this is backwards, I know for you guys, but let's just say, you know, a big bank account makes me happy. You know, this is me, this is my bank account, and this is happiness over here. The money does not make me happy. It's what the money does for me that makes me happy. What does the money do for me? It provides relief. It gives me a sense of ease and flow. If an emergency comes up, I know I can handle it. So it's not the actual money, and it's not the person that you might like in your life. The person themselves isn't what makes you happy. It's what they represent in your life. They represent maybe love to you. They represent calmness to you, you know, and things like that. So this is what I want you guys to understand, but it's not the actual thing itself. On my list, I have, you know, before, this is so funny, before I even got my car, those of you that have been with me for a while, been on my lives, you know, I just recently manifested a car that was better than the one on my vision board. On my happiness list was the RAV4 Hybrid XLE. And I got the limited. So that was on my happiness list before I even had the car, because this was done in January. So guys, I'm just, and it's not, it just represented to me, the car represents stability to me. It represents a car that will definitely be in it with me for the long haul to get me from point A to point B, because I knew the car I had was 16 years old. So I knew it was, you know, on its way to car heaven. but it's not the car itself. It's what that car represents to me. So as you're running your business, I want you to think, what do the sales represent to you? Because it's not the sales that are going to make you happy, even though it looks like it in the front end, it looks like that's what makes you happy. What's behind the sales? What's behind the engagement on your videos? What's behind any leads that are in your funnel? What do those things, what's the definition? What's the meaning of those things behind it? That is what's causing your happiness. When I look at a sunset or a sunrise, what makes me happy about that is that it represents beauty to me. So it's just what it represents to you. So as you're going through your list, I am now going to be you're going to have a homework assignment regarding your happiness list. And then after we're done with that, and I think we might have a few minutes to be able to open it up for questions about the happiness lesson. But I just want you guys to know that it's not the thing itself. You know, like my water bottle here, I like my water bottle because it lets me, it's what it does for me. It lets me gauge how much water I'm drinking during the day. So it's not the water bottle itself, it's what it's doing, what it represents, the feeling that it gives me every day. So what I want you to do, how many of you have at least 10 things on your happiness list? Raise your hand, at least 10 things on your, at least 10. Okay, yeah. In 5 minutes, did you guys realize how many things make you happy? Anybody realize, like when I was done, we got 5 minutes. When I was done making my list in 5 minutes, that's what I wrote in 5 minutes. I was like, holy moly, a lot of things make me happy in life because we're so focused on the black dot of the problem. And we don't see all of the white matter around the black dot, you know? So how many of you are surprised? Is anybody surprised by the number of things, once you think about it, that make you happy? Put your hand up or put a yes in the chat. You know, oh, look at Mona. Color powder blue, favorite movie, Transformers, the wind blowing on my face, wind chimes, a hug from my loved ones for no reason, my grandson's smile. Perfect, Mona. Those are all things that bring somebody happiness because of what they do to your heart. They like light up a path in your heart. And the more paths, the more time you spend thinking about what lights you up, the more things that light you up are going to be coming your way, you know? So there's people like I saw a lady today that she needs my happiness lesson, and I gave it to her. I gave her some information about it because she's not there yet, and she wants to get there because she's stuck in the negative. So I told her, I said, there will be some other lessons that I'm going to be doing, but being able to, you know, what we call in our mindset world is snack on happy. Now, granted, when you snack all day eating food, it's not going to be great for your waistline. But what I want you to do, and I will show you guys this, I'll show you my calendar from today, just so you know, I would never ask you guys to do something that I would never do myself. So I'm going to show you, I don't know if you can even see this on my phone. It's going to be backwards to you, but look, you're going to see how many times a day I snack. It says snack on happy. So what I do, and what I'm going to encourage you guys to do, is on your phone, set an alarm for every 3 hours, because 6 times every day, that notification is going to come up for you to stop and start and snack on happy. So what that means for you guys is that when that notification comes up, it says snack on happy, you're going to think about your happy list, and you are going to do literally like a 2-second mind movie about your happy list. Literally 2 seconds. Literally like, oh, I wish Quigley was with me because I like to hear him purr, you know. Oh, I like, you know, oh, I can't wait to get in my car so I can listen to some good music. Literally 2-second movie in your brain. Because what that is going to do for you scientifically is it's going to create different new neural pathways in your brain. And this exercise here, guys, I will share with you. Just this one exercise is literally what changed my life. It changed my life from hearing crickets to being able to live in a different energy in my videos, on my lives. I've been doing lives since the beginning of December, guys. since the beginning of December, and my business was crickets. I got this lesson and I started snacking on Happy literally 6 times a day. I start at 7 a.m. and I go to 10 at night, every 3 hours. Even when I've been on a live before, my live goes to 10 a.m. and my notification goes off on my phone. Literally for 2 seconds, I pause and I think about my Happy list and I snack on Happy. So that's what I want for you guys, because I want you guys to report back to me in 1 month and let me know how this has helped your energy level, your vibration, and the frequency that you live in. Because I can guarantee you that if you plug into this exercise and snack on Happy every single day, 6 times a day for 2 seconds, that is literally 12 seconds a day. That's it. 12 seconds a day, that can literally change your life. And I know it did for me, because I was serious about figuring out what my problem was in my business, because I knew I could make it work. I knew I was plugged in, and I just knew that there was a missing piece. Part of that missing piece was uncovering my limited belief about not being deserving of certain things in my life. And one of them saying, I'm not really that deserving of earning 6 figures in 6 months. I don't really deserve that, because nobody in my family had ever done that before. So I treated myself as if that's not possible. And guys, everything is possible. If it's in your imagination, it's there for a reason. It's there because it was put there for you to achieve it. You just have to put all the pieces in place. But I assure you that if you take your list, keep it by you wherever you're going, or make a smaller list for your phone on a little notepad or something on your phone, wherever you're going out through that. When you get a notification, literally 2 seconds, no more than that, 2 seconds. Like when I think about, oh, who's my husband going to be? You know, I could snack on it like, oh, I don't know his name. I don't know what he looks like, but I know who he's going to be. I know what kind of person he's going to be. Literally 2 seconds. When I was taking my walk this afternoon, 4 p.m. came around, my phone gave me the notification. Literally for 2 seconds, I was thinking about how warm the sunshine was and how great it was. Just 2 seconds. If you guys think that you can do that for literally 2 seconds, 6 times a day, 12 seconds per day, which is really nothing, put your hand up. I want to see if anybody's going to be think they can do the goal of snack on Happy for like literally 2 seconds. Yes. And if you put it on your phone, it's like automatic. I mean, I have some other things on my phone that I get notified of too. But guys, I just wanted to share my heart with you and let you know that if you're feeling stuck in your business with videos, with leads, with engagement, with customers, and some of you are brand new, so I wouldn't even fret about that yet. All you need to do is work on getting, some of you are super brand new, you need to just worry about getting your website back, getting everything set up. But if you've been with me for a while and you're still feeling stuck, try this exercise and watch how happy you become. Watch how it changes. The people around you will notice. My daughter noticed, and I didn't even tell her, you know, and she's like, Mom, you're in a much better mood these last 2 months. I'm like, really? She's like, yeah. You know, and I'm like, Mama is snacking on Happy, man. So I shared that with her. So now she's like, she's a teenager, you know, she doesn't really want to do it just yet. But guys, I think that if you just give this a try, I want you to just do 2 seconds a day, 6 times a day. But the notification is huge, because if I didn't have it notified on my phone, I would forget about it, because I'm squirrel brain, you know, I would be here, there, and everywhere. Guys, I think I have like 5 minutes left, but I want you guys to try that, just knowing that it's not the actual thing, it's the feeling that you get from that thing. So when you encounter an argument or something else that's like related to like a bad person, just know that you can see beyond them. And if you look at them and you can see beyond them and you start smiling because you're happy, they're going to wonder what's up, because they're not triggering you anymore, because you just had a representation of them of unhappy. So you can look beyond them and, oh, I can still be happy no matter what you're doing. I can still be, I can choose to still be happy, and I'm going to do that, you know, because my life has been so much better, you know. And the lady that I purchased from back in November, she came on my live. She said, Michelle, she goes, I've been following you from the beginning because you were one of my customers. And what has happened? You know, and I said, mindset training has happened, because we have mindset training inside our product, guys, inside the green tabs. I do that every Monday morning just to listen to it. But there are times when you need something a little deeper, because that's not going to give it to you if you don't have anybody talking you through mindset and some ideas to be able to get you on a different path. You know, sometimes just listening to something doesn't get you there. Once you're on that path, then listening to those videos have more meaning to you. So I want you guys to think about that. And I want you to come on Thursday, if you can make it on Thursday. If you have any questions about tonight, come on Thursday with your questions. I don't know when the webinar is going to be this week yet. So I don't know if it's going to be Thursday at 8. If it's not, I start at 6:30 and I will stay on for as many questions as what I have to answer. And if you have questions about Thursday's mentoring with Laura St. James, she is coming back, guys. For those of you that didn't get that in the beginning, she's coming back to do another training in the community. And I was asked just tonight to speak before Laura comes out, because her training has changed my life. And I'm just like, say what? You know, I'm just like, I'll be happy to do that, because I'll support anybody that's really had a significant impact on my life. So guys, that's what I have for you tonight. I really want you to try the snack on Happy and see, you know, I saw a change for me within less than a week. Because as soon as that notification came up, I was very diligent about stopping what I was doing, literally for 2 seconds. Stopping anything for 2 seconds is not going to impact the rest of your day. You know, it's literally 2 seconds. I mean, we spend 2 seconds, we spend 2 minutes at the water cooler gossiping. You know, 2 seconds is really nothing. And that can start you on the path to more abundance. And that's what I want for everybody. I want everybody actually in here to do better than me. That just, I mean, when I hear about people getting customers and leads, and way before I did, I'm just like, woohoo, that lights me up, you know. But guys, I want you guys to live in a state of happiness and abundance, and it will happen for you. And if you have not gotten my links to Laura's training for the 7-day free manifesting challenge, just email me, get in touch with me, and I'll give it to you again. It's 7 days for free. Start there, and you will see some of this information about the happiness lesson in there. So until Thursday, I'll be back on tomorrow morning at 8, but Thursday night at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time will be strictly for you guys, question and answer time. So anything during the week that comes up that you have a question about, write it down and bring it on Thursday, and I'll answer all the questions. And I think Jody Janice will be here Thursday too. So I think.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Hey, I just wanted,
Yeah.
you should tell these folks about that app. I'm telling you should pass that along to all your people, because that, I'm not kidding you, that is a game changer. And it helped me, because it's like, if I don't have a script in front of me,
I'm going to
like-
send that. Yeah, I'm going to send that out in an email to you guys.
awesome.
About an app that you can use on your phone, and there is a free version that you guys can use. And you guys, it'll just put whatever, if you're not sure what to say or you stumble over words, it's like a teleprompter, and it will come on behind the screen on your phone, and you just read from it, and you don't, you know, and it's great. You know, I actually did download it on my phone today, so it works well.
Right. And like I said, is that a bunch of things will pop up, you know, pay for this, whatever. Just X out of all of that, and just use the free thing, and you can download all of your videos to your phone, and then you can put them on whatever social media you want to use them on.
Yeah. So I'm going to send that out to you. And guys, that's the other thing. You guys are my community. So if you guys have anything that you want me to share with the group, just let me know, and I'll make sure everybody gets it. If anybody hasn't gotten the power words, if you guys haven't gotten the other things that I've sent out things like once a week to everybody. So if you haven't gotten something, the power words, and I sent out the links for Laura St. James. And there was one other thing that I sent out. It's escaping my mind, but once a week, I'll try to give you guys something that I think might be beneficial for you. Next Monday night is going to be how to find your perfect customer. So some people have asked me about that they're still struggling with that whole area. So sometimes you need to talk through it to figure out.
That's me. I wonder who my perfect customer is going to be.
Yes. Jamie, do you want me to call you Jamie or Jameson?
Oh, you can call me Jameson. That's fine.
Okay, because I wasn't sure because there's emails, one says Jameson, one says Jamie. So I'm like, I'm not sure what I should call you. So, yeah, so next Monday, I'm going to be sending out printouts and graphics for you guys to be able to work through the details of finding your perfect customer. So that will be